Tally-ho, Panzer people, and welcome to Tempest Rising, a game I've been waiting for such a long time. Ever since we covered the demo a little while ago, this has been on my radar. In fact, no, I'm lying. It's been on my radar ever since it was first announced, because I, as you may know, am a huge Command & Conquer fan, have been since the very first CNC back in the 90s. So before I start feeling even older, let's get into it. Now, of course, this game has a fully fledged campaign, but I don't think that's really going to show you what this game is all about. Now, while it does have voice acting, cinematics, everything you would expect from a CNC game, what we're really here to see is just what sort of shenanigans you can get up to in multiplayer. Now, of course, I don't have any friends to play with, so we are going to be playing Skirmish. I'm going to do a simple 1v1. I think this map should do it. Just a simple 1v1. And we're going to go up against the Dynasty faction. One of the two factions. Of course, Dynasty being an analog to the Brotherhood of Nod, as you would see in CNC. And the GDF, of course, well, that's pretty obvious. It's the GDI. And we know which faction I'm going to play. So without further ado, alright, we are in. So these sorts of games, you want to do stuff really, really quickly. Now, of course, I may not be a world-class RTS player, far from it. So this is gonna be suboptimal, as they say, but it might just work. Right, we're gonna get our barracks up, and then we are going to get our refinery there. Now, I am building multiple buildings at once, but this game, you only build one building at a time. I think it's dependent on the number of construction yards you have, which are these things. Either way, cool little animation with that drone, and without wasting any time, we're just going to get a couple of field scouts out and a couple of engineers. This is very expensive, but we are going to need it, because there are a couple of things around here. These Tempest processing centers that I want to capture, which give us extra money, which you're going to need. Also, there's something else here called the Doctrines tab. This is sort of like a global upgrade that you can spend money on, and they have loads of different things. I've never actually unlocked everything. I basically keep forgetting that it's there, but we're going to go with rapid deployment. I'm going to send my troopers out.
Yes, sir.
We're basically going to go over here and harass the enemy base. That's essentially their point. And for these guys over here, they're going to go straight away and capture these. Probably want to queue up one more of these. And while we're doing all that, we need a vehicle bay. Going to get that set up, because that will essentially let us build more, well, not just vehicles, but also another harvester, because we kind of need that. Alright, I got an engineer up. I'm going to send him over to this one down here. There's a third one on this map as well over here that I can go and get. Alright, now we've got that doctrine as well. So that will basically mean structures build up faster and we get more credits when they're sold back. The second part isn't really important to us necessarily, but you're going to see why we want buildings to be built faster and pretty soon. Alright, we are getting some of that money in. You can see it just ticking in there little by little. Alright, we're going to get ourselves a Sentinel, which is a little scout vehicle. It's like a Humvee, you know. Futuristic Humvee. And of course, yes, we are going to be building some tanks. We need a couple of tanks. And then we'll get that harvester going. Alright, so these guys over here, that's the enemy mining rig. That's a flamethrower turret. We can't go anywhere near that, actually. But we can sort of stay here. And so this mining rig produces these little harvester drone thingies. And we can kill them. Right, I should probably pull back, actually. Oh, we can put a marking mine down. That might be useful. Go, take the high ground. Alright, let's attack it.
Move out. Fire.
Yeah, the rocket buggy is gonna kill these guys, so.
Targeting.
But it doesn't matter. It's okay. Because what we can do with this is a special ability with marking projectiles, which will harvest this thing called Intel, which we need for things. It also gives the tanks extra damage and range, which is really nice. Alright, we got our harvester up. Now we need our satellite uplink. But before we do that, we need more power. So we're going to get another power plant, and we're going to get a satellite uplink. And all of these things that I'm rushing to do right now is just so we can do something really, really stupid. Alright, we've got to remember there are flamethrower turrets over here. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful about that. Now, can we hit that from here? Oh no, the Sentinel has been knocked out, but it's okay, because we can drop down a support beacon, which lets us do something really dumb. It provides, like, a comms bonus, which I don't know what that does, but it does give us the ability to build buildings anywhere we want. So instead of risking a construction yard to go and do that, we can just drop these down. And then once it runs out, we still have the building area next to these. So we can just keep building them. Oh no, now they're hitting my processing center. Right, we need more tanks. And we need another sentinel. Probably could do with a couple of grenadiers, actually. These guys are pretty good, you know, for infantry. Oh yeah, I can repair that. Oh no, I can't. I need a engineer to go and get that. It's fine. The tank will be enough. So you can see the plan already coming into effect here. These laser turrets are anti-vehicle. And these Gatling turrets are anti-infantry. And the tanks are anti-vehicle as well. We could probably get some grenade turrets as well. And essentially what we're doing here is walling the enemy into their own base. Now, of course, if you think this is just some sort of cheesy tactic, yes, you're right. You are absolutely right. But it's not going to stop me doing it. Alright, I think we can actually get an engineer in that to repair it. So we can get our harvester back. So I'm going to bring these guys up and over here. They really don't like my harvester things, do they?
Yes, command.
Yeah, I should probably do something about that. Let's go and kill this flame tank right here. There we go. That's just giving us free intel at this point. Now, we need these engineers. Alright, so he's gonna go there and rebuild that. Now, engineers can also do a couple of other things that are quite useful. Oh no, they're outranging my my turrets. Should have seen this coming. Well, the thing is, grenadiers work against this. They can actually damage things inside buildings. So, you know, the problem does kind of solve itself eventually. Alright, let's not push them out too far. Because I have a cunning plan. So what we really need to do is get ourselves a data core, which is sort of our advanced building that's going to give us a lot more things that we can use. Oh, the Sentinel got confused by pathfinding. Yeah, that's one thing about this game. There is a slight issue with pathfinding right now. Just a little bit. Alright, I gotta get this engineer up here, because rather than spending credits, he will actually repair vehicles and buildings as well. But he has a special ability. We can deploy guard towers. And these guard towers can garrison infantry, which can then do other things. So, you know, it all works out in the end. Alright, data core is up. We don't have the pod upgrades for any of these things yet. We don't have the intel for that. It's a little bit of a downside. But once we do, we'll be able to do even more stupid things. Alright, let's get that comms rig into comms mode. Probably do with a few more vehicles. That was also a tank down here, actually. Alright, I'm gonna get the grenadiers into the guard tower. More tanks being built. Alright, we can put a data core upgrade on. So we can get the Tempest pod or the drone pod. We can get both of them. I'm just gonna get the Tempest pod first. And we're gonna get ourselves an air control tower as well. Because now that we have the sort of front line over here, we might be able to... Oh, I don't know. Alright, now this is what we're waiting for. The trebuchet. Although before we go there, I need to go and deal with something. Other than my low power issue. But yes, I need to go and deal with something. Because I've noticed a little red spot over in this sector of the map. It's this guy right here. Alright, throw the grenades. There we go. Infantry dealt with. Alright, while we're there, I'm just gonna put them in a spot. Just generically a spot. Now, of course, if the enemy was smart, they would do something about what I'm doing right now. But they're not gonna do it. Oh, they've deployed a tank of their own. Yeah, that'll help you. It'll definitely help you. Right. I want to get 2 of my grenadiers out and put them into that building over there. But actually, I'm going to put a few more of them in there. Only because I feel like we can get the jump on them if we're like inching ever closer to them. Right, we've got 3 of these. I have ordered 6 of them, but we've got 3. That should be enough. So we can then do this. I'm going to send this group forward to go and deal with all that. Oh, that is a problem, actually. Yeah, they're being attacked by the flamethrower turrets. Little bit of a problem. Right. We can deal with turrets, though. This is how you deal with turrets. This is a trebuchet heavy tank, and it can deploy. And now it can do this. Alright, let's move ourselves out again. They deploy really, really fast. So, this is not a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fall right back down to our lines again. So, you know, there's never a problem. Now, they do struggle at hitting moving targets, though, in artillery mode. That is a bit of a downside. But with this, we should make short work of their entire base. Let's move my tank back. And then grenades deal with the target. There we go. Alright. Let's go and hit that mining rig. We're gonna destroy everything. Oh, we've got enemy aircraft. Ah, they've learned. They've learned. But if you think that's bad, we can also do this. We don't just have to rely on the tank that has the artillery guns. We literally have artillery turrets as well. Alright, we've got aircraft as well. So those are coming in. Oh, right, they have anti-air. That is a little bit of a problem for us. Alright, I need to deal with the air. Okay, we've got anti-air helicopters. That might help. Ah. Okay, yeah, that is an issue. Alright, let's just kill these tanks. I'm just gonna drop a communications jammer down there. That should stop them from being able to do anything with their aircraft. And then we're gonna hit that. Oh. Yeah, that seems to have stirred the hornet's nest a little bit. You know what? Let's just call an airstrike on that. Can we do that? Can I hit that with an airstrike? There we go. When in doubt, use overwhelming air superiority. Which I guess they have right now. I feel like that somewhat worked. Alright, it's at this point where we kind of have some issues with enemy aircraft, and we do need to deal with that.
Construction complete.
I don't know if these two helicopters that I've got here will be able to do all that much to them right now.
Rockets away.
Ah, they do have anti-air ground vehicles as well. So what we have here is a shield maiden. It's a hovercraft, which has an anti-aircraft laser and a shield. So that might be the answer to our problems right now. Alright, let's see how well these work against this aircraft right here. Oh, that is working. Yep. Excellent. They can't attack ground vehicles, though, unfortunately. Alright, we might need to move these guys back. There's a lot of infantry. They're adapting, is what I can say. They are definitely adapting. Although we really should be able to finish this now. Alright, let's take out that vehicle bay. We've got another couple of vehicles out. Let's go. Oh no, we've lost our trebuchets. Right, the shield maidens are destroying their aircraft though. They are running out of those. Alright, well we've got our grenadiers here, so let's make use of them. Let's bring them up forward. Let's start hitting their buildings. We've got the power plants over here. Oh my god. How many? Alright, we've silenced them all. That should help. Alright, let's get a repair pod down. Start healing these guys back up. Okay, we're not doing that badly. You know, we're getting better again. Kind of had a second on the back foot there. But it's okay. We're getting there.
You picking him up, command?
Alright, these scramblers are amazing, by the way. Anti-air, anti-ground, and they have stealth. They're just sort of glass cannon-y. You know, they're very very lightly armored vehicles. So they do take damage easily. Which is fine, you know. It's fine. Alright, they're healed up. Alright, let's finish them off. Let's get this con yard. Yeah, the aircraft are getting hammered every time they come out, so that was all they could really do, like, at the end there. Could I have ended that a lot earlier? Yes, absolutely I could have. But what if we were to take this tactic to an even more stupidly extreme level? Alright, here we go. Let's get this going. The usual thing, get our power plant down as quickly as possible. Also gonna do that rapid deployment. I do want to get the data collection because that extra intel is useful. It's just not as useful as you might like. Right, let's get that refinery, get the barracks up as well. All sorts of production going on. Alright, let's get our troops going. We got a couple of them out there. We're also going to get an engineer out. We may not have the stuff to do this immediately yet, though. But we're going to get our vehicle bay going as well. It's a lot of spending that we don't have the money for. But we'll get there. Oh, and everything's come to a halt. Alright. Troops, on the way. Get out there. We're gonna go and take that fortress over there. So I think this is the entrance to the enemy base right here. Pretty sure. They have another exit down this way as well. So we could kind of make use of this as a little area too. Potentially. But I need to get our data link or satellite uplink before we do that. I'm not gonna be able to do it otherwise. Alright, let's go and get that Tempest collection center or processing center or whatever it is. We'll get that going as soon as our other harvester's ready. There we go. 2 harvesters. Now we shouldn't have too many problems with money coming in. Alright, now would be a good time to start getting that satellite uplink going. Alright, and let's get a comms rig going. So you might be wondering, what's different this time? Are we just gonna spam a couple of turrets down? Yes, we are. But we're doing it a little differently because the comms rig has a special doctrine, which I am unlocking right now. The comms rig antenna, when deployed, won't just give the communications buff, it will also give us build radius. Which means for $1,500 a pop, which is only $500 more than the support beacon and doesn't cost intel, well, it costs 10 intel instead of 30, we can start popping build radius everywhere. Which means, hopefully as soon as this doctrine is researched, we'll be able to do that right here. Which also means I'm gonna get another one as soon as possible. I wish you could queue up the turrets, although that would make it very, very overpowered if you could do that. Alright, we've got enemy troops coming in. They've just come in from the left side, so I think I'm gonna prioritize this side. But of course, I'm gonna deploy the comms rig about here? Somewhere about here? Yeah. Deploy. It also has the ability to drop minefields, by the way, which would be very useful. I'm gonna actually do that. Go and build those. Okay. Come on. Let's get these turrets built. They're not in the ideal location, unfortunately, but it'll have to do. Alright. Power is an issue. Gotta get that back up. I'm gonna get a couple of tanks out as well. Yep, I definitely need those tanks right now. Tank, 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 tank. Go, 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 go. Go, comms rig. Run. This is problems. We have neglected one side of our base. They have captured our thingies. Bit of a problem. We don't have a vehicle bay anymore. So while we're busy building the Maginot line off in the distance, they got the jump on us. Run away, MCV. Run away! Oh wait, hang on. I think they may not have noticed me. They may not have noticed me leaving. I'm gonna sell that really quick because I think I can get my MCV up here instead and rebuild. Okay, the comms rig being down here is a little annoying. But let's see, I can do this. Come on, MCV. I know you slow, but you can do it. Oh my god, they're here. They're here. Okay, let's go here. Let's unpack. Okay, they haven't noticed us. We are somehow alive. Although probably not for much longer. Oh, I don't even... They have an MLRS. So this is kind of all kinds of problems right now.
Building captured.
Yep, there goes the MCV. So, what have we learnt today? Well, we've learned that Tempest Rising skirmish AI is not to be trifled with, because even at normal difficulty, and I know I'm not the best player out there, but they do seem to adapt. Because when they were really passive and I was able to build turrets right next to them, they kind of got stomped. And then when I tried to do it again, they're hyper aggressive. And I know this is one of their selling points, that they have some sort of adaptive AI thing that you know, they learn how you play. And I might have just taught them the one trick I have. But if you have some other tactics that you think might be fun to try, and that's really what I'm down here for, it's the cheesy fun nonsense, let me know about it down in the comments. And of course, if you've been playing Tempest Rising yourself, let me know how it is going for you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and of course subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.